This is Jeff Dumbrell, Director of the Southwest Florida Real Estate Investment Association, here to talk about the foreclosure caseload trends for Lee County, Florida for July of 2014. At the end of July, we had 4,067 active cases, down from the end of the previous month, which had 4,375. The channel for previous Julys is the 6,467. All the way to 23,991. So we're definitely in much better shape than we were before. Bacchus data, essentially what it shows you is the amount of cases that are between the list pendants, which is the filing, and the either judgment or dismissal. Here's a chart of the total trend. What I find interesting, I spent a little bit of time doing this report. The best buys in the market really were at the peak of the trend all the way to the first third down. And it's ironic because that was a time that was still, we knew it would get better someday, we just didn't know when. A lot of the guys that waited for stuff to really begin to bottom out and inventory to dry up actually paid probably 10 or 15% more than had they pulled the trigger there. We'll talk about this a little farther in the notes of the report. Here's from the peak. We had another month-over-month as well as a year-over-year decrease. And then a narrative you have to overlay over this data is that there are a fair amount of short sales that have also traded that are still showing up because they have not been withdrawn. More and more it's apparent the correction's over. Now we're just mopping up. And it's interesting, the whole second wave rumor had a lot of people sit on the sidelines and actually caused them to overpay because they believed there was a big second wave coming that was going to rival the first, and the first was all of it. And actually, I can say at the RIA, we've been saying this for probably since 2011 as to a second wave. And you know, how do you deal with this? You do what the math tells you to. I mean, you look at where I pointed out in the chart before. You had 10% a year cash-on-cash returns buying stuff just off the MLS. I'm not even talking about going out and finding wholesale type deals that were also trading at about a third of replacement cost. It's kind of a no-brainer. At that point, you start pulling the trigger. Mid-month check shows list pendants, filings, and certificates of title show the trend is still the same. And this is the lowest caseload since July of 2007. I'd like to talk about the events we've got coming up for September. Rick Sass, if you've been to our meetings, you know Rick. Rick's what we call an OG in real estate investing. He began after the savings and loan crisis, Resolution Trust. He has a portfolio that spans multiple states. He does it well. He does it as good as anybody I've ever met as far as his portfolio and how he handles his business, and he really does it in a business-like approach. We are at this Lighthouse Waterfront Restaurant in Sanibel at 14301 Port Comfort Road. It's just before you go up to the bridges in Sanibel. The lunch is wonderful. You can click here to see what the lunch menu is. And then our general meeting is going to be on Tuesday the 16th. Michael McVitie with Realty Services is going to talk about recent changes that landlords need to be aware of. And he's also going to give us some insight into the current status of the property management industry in Florida. If you're a landlord, do business with landlord, or want to be a landlord, this is something you need to attend and take notes, because Mike is top of his game and a national speaker on this type of information. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you can shoot me an email, jeff@swflreia.com. Again, if you're not on our mailing list, go to our website, www.swflreia.com. That's www.swflreia.com. At the top third of the page, there's a widget where you can put in your email address and you'll be on the list. Have a great day.